Hi, you guys. All right, look, we are talking about our next note. We've done B, we've done A. White and yellow and orange belts are just B and A, B and A. But the green belt is where we get G. I know, it's so weird. The third note in the recorder is G. How does that even make sense? But it is, it's G. So finger one, it covers the first hole, which is B. Finger two covers the second hole, which is A. And finger three covers the third hole, which is G. This is really tricky because each hole needs to be fully covered. If one of these fingers is just off a little bit, you won't get the right G sound. And what happens is you might have a really good position for B and a really good position for A, but when you put this finger down, the other fingers tend to move. I see this with fourth graders all the time, especially if you have kind of small fingers and a small hand. It's hard to reach that ring finger to that third hole. And so to stretch, people often move the other fingers. So my challenge for you is to make sure that every hole is fully covered. Your right hand is still holding for support on the bottom. You absolutely need that. Let's look at the G song. I see 4 quarter notes, 2 half notes. I see quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes. The cool thing about this is this rhythm isn't that hard. This rhythm isn't that hard. So focus on the breathing, focus on the fingering, focus on covering the holes, and maybe you don't have to worry too much about the rhythm. All right. This is how G should sound. All right, here's the G song. I'm actually out of breath. It's blowing this really, really hot air. It's holding back a lot of air, and it's creating this G sound, and you really do run out of breath. G is the lowest note we've learned so far. B is highest, then A is a little bit lower, and then G. See if you can play the 3 notes in order. So Mrs. Fraser just did that, and I did it really well because I showed how the fingers stay fully covered. Now watch what it sounds like if you play it and you move these fingers. Just watch Mrs. Fraser's fingers. Did you see? And did you hear? That's not a great sound. You have to kind of freeze these fingers in place. Okay, so this G song, you have 4 quarter notes. G, 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 G. G, G. 2 half notes. G, 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 G. And then a whole note, G. The second line, you have 8 G's in a row. And then half notes. Ending with that whole note on G. It's just G, but G can be a hard note to play. The more fingers we have down on the holes, the harder it is. All right, let's get practicing.